If you can't preach like a preacher, pray like a preacher, you don't want to preach. Pray your way, but have your heart right. And then when your heart is right, Jesus says, and this is how you pray. And it's known as the Lord's Prayer or the disciples' prayer. And it's not only a guide of how we should pray personally, but it also instructs us how, as a church, we should pray collectively. So let's begin to look at this text a little closer and see what it says and what we can discover from the passage. Now, Jesus begins the prayer in verse 9. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Now, here, Jesus teaches us that prayer starts with us needing to recognize and understand the holiness and the majesty of God. Hallowed be thy name. You see, it's an invitation to begin our prayers with worship and adoration, acknowledging God and who he is, the greatness and the majesty of God, and our relationship with him as our Father. You see, this particular passage reminds us that prayer is not just about asking God for things, asking God for stuff, but it's about honoring and glorifying God for who he is. You know, we are created, that's our purpose. Our purpose is to glorify God. That's what we're made for. And so when we recognize the awesomeness of God, we are fulfilling our mission in life. And that's a word for all of us here this morning. Recognizing the holiness and the majesty of God is important because acknowledging God's holiness and majesty helps us maintain a sense of perspective and humility. It reminds us of the vast difference between the divine and the human. Fostering humility and reverence is important, knowing we can't do what God can do. That's important because it draws us to prayer, saying, God, how can you help us, even if we think we're all that in a bag of chips? You see, the world will tell you and have you believe that you don't need God or God doesn't even exist. The world will tell you that everything that happens to you in your life is because of you, but because of your smarts, because of how you look, or because of your money or your physicality or your influence. The world will feed you the lie that it's not about God, it's about you, what you can do for yourself. But the Bible reminds us something different this morning.